Hello fellow developers, this is Vishnu from Stack Reboot, back again with the part 2 of the series where we are building a weather application using React and Tailwind CSS. So if you are new here, then please do check out the part 1 of the series and I'll be leaving a video link in the description. So with that said, in this video, we will be concentrating on the front end part of our application. And as you can see here, this is the final website which we are going to be building in the entire series. So to be more precise, I'll be using grid layout for this application. So without wasting further time, just open the project in your favorite code editor and I'll be using VS Code. So as you can see, inside the app.js file, we are just returning a division and with a little bit of text saying hello from the app. So just run the application with npm start and this spins up a local development server. And if you check the preview of the application, refresh, and as you can see, we are getting hello from the app. So now just go back to the VS Code and inside the source directory, create a new folder and let's just name it as components, so that each and every component of our React application will be inside this component folder. And to be more particular, for each and every component, we'll be creating an individual folder inside this component directory. So firstly, we'll be creating a new folder and let's just name it as layout, and inside this folder create a layout.jsx file. So JSX stands for JavaScript React. It's your wish, you can either use .jsx or JS. So now I'll be using an extension, so if you are unfamiliar with that, and I'm using this ES7 React Redux GraphQL React Native snippets. You can download it from the VS Code extensions. So now inside this layout.jsx file, let's just quickly stub out a basic React functional component, and as you can see, this exports the layout component as default. So for now, let's just quickly say h1 hello from layout. So if I go ahead and save this, and make sure you are importing the layout from the layout.jsx file. So here, instead of returning this division, let's just return the layout component which we defined earlier. So just save it, and if you take the preview, and as you can see, we are getting hello from the layout. So that means our layout component is hooked correctly. So the next step we will be doing is just go back to the layout.jsx file, and here, instead of returning this h1 tag, just delete it and give this division a class name of height screen, so that this spans the entire screen of the application, and set the overflow x to hidden. So now inside this division, let's just create a main tag, and we'll be receiving something called children props. And in React, these children props are somewhat different when compared to the normal props which we send through the components, and I'll be discussing what are children props and why do we use them as we progress to our application. And for this main, let's just give a class name of, say, mx to auto, and set the height to full. So in Tailwind CSS, when you give height full for a particular element, so that means it spans the entire height of the parent division in which it is encapsulated. So as you can see here, this main takes the entire height of this particular division, right? So as this division takes the height of the screen, so this main also takes the entire height of this particular division. So now with that said, and inside the main, let's just render the children props. So just save and go back to the app.js file, and instead of returning layout like this, just create a layout and inside say hello. So as you can see here, we are getting hello from the app.js file. So that means everything we write in between these layout tags gets passed as children props to the layout component. So to be more precise, just delete this hello text, and instead of hello, create a h1 tag and say I am calling from app component. So if I go ahead and save this, check the preview. So as you can see here, I am getting from the app component. So just to reiterate what I said before, everything we write inside this layout tags gets passed as a children prop to the layout.jsx file. So that is what the children props do in React. And let's just delete this h1 tag and create a new division, and let's just give this division a class name of grid. And as I already said, we are going to be using grid layout for the application. And let's just give the initial columns as 1. When it reaches the small screen size, say that the grid to span 1 column, and when it reaches large screen sizes, it takes up 6 columns. So set the grid height to screen and give it a padding of 10. So inside this particular division, create a aside, and for this aside just give a class name of call span 1. So this spans 1 column, and on the large screens this spans 2 columns. So just to give a brief picture, so we'll be using grid layout for the application, and to be more precise, we'll be using 6 column grid. So that's what I'm defining for the aside right here. On the large screens, this spans 2 columns of our 6 column grid, so that this right portion can take the remaining 4 columns of our 6 column grid. So that's what this says. And let's just give a background color of blue lighter, and this background color is a custom color which we'll be defining in the Tailwind configuration file. So to use custom colors in Tailwind, just open the Tailwind configuration file and we should add these colors. So if you want to use any custom colors, just go to the Tailwind configuration file and you can add them here so that we can use them in our application. And the same goes with the background images. If you want to use any images also, just add them to the Tailwind configuration file and we can use them throughout our application. So now once we give the background color, set the height to full, and on the medium screen sizes, let's give it a background image. So if I go ahead and save it, and as you can see, we got this background image. So if we go to the master application and take a look, so as you can see here, we are getting this background image of clouds only when the application reaches the medium breakpoint. So if I now go ahead and shrink this a little bit, and as you can see, once the device reaches the small breakpoint, the image is disappearing. So only on the medium screen sizes we'll be rendering the background image. So that's why I gave medium and the background image. So now again set the background image to bottom, and on the large screens do the same thing, give the background image and set the image to no repeat so that the image will not repeat itself, and set the position to bottom and just background of contain. So if I go ahead and save this, take a preview, so as you can see, we got a nice looking background in our application. So now just come back to the VS Code and inside these components create a new folder, and let's just say left aside, and inside left aside just create a new file and name it as leftaside.jsx. So inside this leftaside.jsx do the same thing, just about a basic React functional component and say hello from left aside. So if I go ahead and save this and then import in the app.js file left aside, and inside this aside let's just render the left aside which we created earlier. So if I go ahead and save this and check the preview of our application, and as you can see we are getting hello from the left side, and I am using this left side component to render all the left side components of our application, that is the search for places button and all the information regarding this particular city. So that's what we are going to be doing. Just go back to the left side.jsx file, and inside here just remove what we wrote earlier, this, and now create a new division and give it a class name of flex columns, and then create a new division and give it a class name of flex. So inside this division, let's just create a new button and say search for places. So if I go ahead and save this, take a preview of our application, and as you can see here we are getting the search for places button, and this looks really ugly. So now we'll be going and styling it. So for this button, give a class name of background light gray, so that it gives a light gray background for our button, and set the text to white, and give a margin top of 10 and margin left of 10, and give rounded borders, and set the padding to 3. So if I go ahead and save and check the preview, so we got this nice looking button here. So going on, nextly we'll be creating this image and displaying this information. So just go back to the left side.jsx file, and here inside the division, and I'll be commenting here, let's just say image, and create a new div, and inside this division let's just give an image tag. So for now I'll be using a static image. So if we go to the metaweather.com/API, so once we communicate with the MetaWeather API, in the API response we will be receiving something known as abbreviation. So with that abbreviation we can use them in the URL, like if we say metaweather.com/API/static/image/weather and the abbreviation, so let's just say sn.nvg. so this API returns this image right here. So these are the images which we'll be using throughout the application, and for now I'll be hard coding a sample image here. So just go back to the left side.jsx file, and for the image source give the URL, and as I already said I'll be using a static file for now. So just save this, and if you check the preview, so we got this image right here. So but this looks really huge, so let's just give it a width and height. So now if I give a width of 150 pixels and height of 150 pixels. So now if I go ahead and save this, check the preview, so we got this image a little bit smaller. So now we'll just center this image in this entire division. So just go back to the left side file, and inside this division let's just give it a class name of flex call, and justify to start, and items to center, and height to full. So now if you go ahead and save this, so as you can see here we got this image in the center of our parent division. So just hop back to the left side.jsx file, and here down the image create a new p tag, and inside this p create a span, and inside the span let's just say 26, and just copy the same thing again, and here inside the span we'll be defining the units for the temperature, centigrades, right? So just save it, and as you can see here we got this tiny little temperature showing up. So now just style them a little bit. So now give this span a class name, and let's just say the font to be extra bold, and text to white color, and text size to 7XL. So the same thing goes here, give this span again a class name and say the text to gray 400 and set the text height to 3XL. So if I go ahead and save this, take a preview, so we got this temperature right here. And now just go back to the left-side.jsx file. Now down this paragraph tag which we defined earlier, create a new p tag and let's just give it a class name of text gray 50 and set the font to bold and margin top to 10 and the text size to 3XL, and let's just hard code as London for now and just copy the paragraph tag again, and instead of giving text 3XL, give it 2XL and rename it to today. So if I go ahead and save this, take a preview, so we got the weather state and the status. So now the next thing we need to do is to define this icon and the state here. So just rename it to clear, and now down the paragraph element which we defined earlier, create a new div, and inside this div create a new p tag and here give it a class name of text gray 400 and set the font size to bold and set the text to 2XL and margin top of 12. And as I said, we'll be using this particular icon from the material icons. To make use of the material icon, just go back to the VS Code and inside the public folder just toggle the index.html file, and inside the index.html file just copy and paste the link here itself. So if you go ahead and save this and come back to the left-side.jsx file, and inside this p tag let's just use the material icons, and if I go ahead and save this, take a preview, we got the icon right here. So now here let's just say London, save this, take a look at the preview, and we got this nice looking icon and the weather information. So just go back to the division and give it a class name of flex and justify them to center and set the items to center. So yeah, so we got this nice looking left side portion completed. So now in the next video we'll be creating the right side part of our application. And with that said, if you like the content, then please do like, and if you have any doubts regarding this, then make sure you comment them in the comment section. And other than that, I'll be seeing you in the next video.